Good morning, boys and girls, and all you other things out there. So today we're messing around in the shop a bit. My wife and I are getting ready to take the dogs on a 4,000-mile road trip to go visit our daughter and our grandson in Idaho. So that's right at a 30-hour drive each way. Yes, we would much rather drive it than fly it. Where's the adventure in flying? One of the things I got to do today is service my tranny. Don't get excited, it's not that kind of tranny. My previous video covered changing the oil, so that's already done. I finally got my Lubelocker gasket in from the transmission pan, so I'm going to get started on that. And today I'd like to get the transmission serviced, fluid and filters changed. I've also got a transmission thermostat bypass to install from ATS. I'm going to do that as well while I'm servicing the transmission and changing the filters. And then if I can get the tires rotated today, that would be great as well. Stick around and see what can go wrong here. Now I'm thinking that the only tools I'm going to need to do this are my impact, just a 1/4 inch Makita impact, sockets, which I don't know if you've ever seen any of these before. If you've not, you can get these on Amazon. These things are freaking amazing. 2 little carriers that I got both SAE and metric. These little things are amazing because they come with a 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 socket adapter for your impact. And of course they all clearly and well labeled. And I'm sorry, I'm OCD. I can't stand it when they get messed up. But I think I'm only going to need the 8 and 10 today. We'll see. And a scraper. That should be all I need. Oh, and one more thing. Haha. Say what you want. I was a professional mechanic for many years. I get tired of my hands looking nasty a week after I'm finished with a project. So it is what it is. I was already wrong. I needed a 3-inch extension as well. Let's see if a fat man can squeeze under this truck. Suck it in. Suck it in. All right. Let's move all of our tools over here so we don't spill anything on them, hopefully. And I confirmed the transmission pan bolts are 8mm, as I thought they were, but I wasn't sure. Where's my drain pan? All right. Wonder how many of y'all are watching just to see what kind of mess I make, because I would imagine this is going to get messy. We're going to try to avoid that, but you never know. And away we go. Now let's take this one. This one. And the entire hill. And of course, I need to undo that. I'm gonna need to move those out of the way anyway, because I gotta replace this as part of today's tasks. But do that like this. You son of a. There we go. Here, one other thing I'm going to grab while I'm doing this. Magnetic bolt tray so you don't lose all your bolts. great thing about these, I've been using these for years since I was a professional mechanic, is if you're working at odd angles, it'll still hold your bolts. They're amazing. All right, back to it. This one off. Torquey. All right. Don't take any more bolts out, and we're committed from that point. So what we're going to do is I'm going to loosen the bolt on this side and this side just a hair. Just about like that. Like that. All right. Maybe a little more. All right. It's just about like that. Then I'm going to put my hand, my transmission, and my drain pan in place. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't start gently prying on this. Oh yeah, it's on there quite a ways. Sitting in the damn. Now in my younger days, I would have just taken a hammer and driven this scraper between them, but I've also learned by experience that you see how these thinner parts of the mating surface, and then there's thicker parts of the mating surface. These thinner parts, guess what? They will break. You know how you fix that after it's broken? You don't. You have to replace the transmission case. I can feel the silicone right there. So don't ever get in a hurry and just start driving wedges and scrapers between things, because stuff will break. This RTV is holding this pan on here quite well. A little better than I would like it to, honestly. But I guess that's why it's never leaked. So I'm gonna fool around with this for a little while. I'll touch base with y'all here in a little bit. Alright, as you can see, I got that scraper driven just a little ways between the pan and the case, and it's already started draining transmission fluid. So I'm in no rush. I'm not trying to make a mess. So I'm gonna let this sit here and drain. That'll ease a little bit of the amount of fluid that I've got when I finally do remove that pan. Let that drain a little while. Alright, this has been draining about a half an hour and it's still going, so naturally I'm getting impatient because I want this done. So let's see if we can speed things up a little bit without making too much of a mess, but I know what that eventually is going to mean. There's a big mess coming. Just give me just a second while I create it. So you see it's dripping back down the pan down here, falling on the ground. Alright, so we got the pan off. And that is what I've always considered the most difficult part of this job. Now you can tell, as long as I took trying to let this pan drain without making a mess, guess what? You're still gonna make a mess. So just get ready for it. It's gonna happen. So let's take a look and see what we've got here. Fluid looks okay. It's to be expected for 112,000 miles. No, I should have changed this fluid sooner, but I didn't. So as you can see, there's some pretty good buildup on the magnet, but that's normal. That's what that magnet's there for. So that is not a problem, really. That's just what it's designed to do. to catch all that, any metal shavings that come through there. So I'll clean that up in a minute. But all in all, I would say it doesn't look too bad. Now, the second part I hate the most is when they use silicone on these damn pans. You have to take the time to go through and clean it all out. And this is time intensive, scraping all of this gasket off. So I'm probably going to clean this up and hit it with a Scotch-Brite pad. See if I can't smooth this out and clean it up a bit. So this will take me a little while, but I'll show you what the finished results look like. Alright, so this is what a clean pan looks like. I went ahead and finished cleaning all the gasket material off. As you can see, it's clean. That's just where some marks where my putty knife scraped a little bit, but that's not gonna hurt anything. So, gotten that all cleaned out, got my magnet cleaned off. I'm gonna wipe it down real quick, and then I'm going to place it back in the pan, and we're gonna start getting ready to button this thing back up. All right, here are all of the components that I'm gonna be changing today. I'll do that separately. Buying this ATS thermal bypass, they provide you with a stainless nipple for your screw-on oil transmission filter to replace the plastic one that comes in it. I don't like plastic anywhere, so replaced it with a stainless steel nipple. I'm going to climb under the truck and get these two installed so we can get the transmission pan put back on. Once we do that, I'll change out the thermal bypass, or the thermostat, for this transmission cooler thermal bypass. Anyway, as you can see, I've already changed both the filters. It has a spin-on filter and the cartridge filter. The cartridge filter has a little Torx bolt. So you've got to have a small Torx bolt, Torx driver to remove it. Nothing to it. You're going to dump a little fluid once you change these out. The canister filter, the spin-on filter is going to have a little bit. And there's going to be a little bit sitting on top of that canister filter. When you pull it, it's going to also dump out. I'm going to wipe down this mating surface real quick. Make sure I've got a clean surface for that gasket, that Lubelocker gasket to sit on. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the pan stabbed back up. And we'll start buttoning this thing up. Alright. Got my transmission pan stabbed back into place. Bolts are just run down. They're not torqued yet. I got to get out from under here and get my small torque wrench so I can get these torqued down. Then we'll be ready to start wrapping this up. Alright, I didn't have a small inch-pound torque wrench, so I ordered this one off of Amazon the other day. And I've been pretty impressed with it so far. As you can see, it even comes with a certificate of calibration. That makes me feel a lot better about a $27, $28 torque wrench, if I remember right. I can't pronounce that brown. I'm not even going to try. I don't know what it is. But for something that I'll occasionally use, no point in spending more money on it. But it's got this nice little locking collar, so you can't accidentally change your settings while you're using it. It will not turn unless that collar is pushed down, which is hard to do with one hand, but we're going to try that out. It comes with a 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter and a little, probably a 3 or 4 inch extension. Let's give that a go and see how well it works. I can usually do anything I need to without making a mess, but for some reason I just cannot change fluid in a transmission without getting it all over the floor. So, time to clean this shop up. The good news is, this little Amazon special torque wrench worked out very well. Needed something for inch-pounds versus my larger old trusty foot-pound torque wrench, but for I think it was $27.99, this worked out very, very well. So I'll throw a link to that in the comments if anybody's in need of one. This one seemed to be pretty good. So more to come on that, but I guess that wraps up that video. I appreciate everybody watching. If this helped somebody, it was worth the time and the hassle to put the video together. So I appreciate you. Please don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe if you don't mind. God bless y'all. Have a great day.